Yeah. So as we had discussed, that electroscope is a device which is used to test whether an object is having charge or not. And how it tests an object, uh, you all know the construction of electroscope. There's a paper clip over here, okay, and two aluminum foils over here, okay, and here there is a cardboard. When any material is touched to this paper clip, the charges flows from this paper clip to the aluminum foil, okay, to the aluminum foil. If the body was having a positive charge, then those positive charges flows to this both the aluminum foils, because of which they starts repelling each other, because we know that the nature of charges is the like charges repels each other. So if the aluminum foils repels, it means the body is charged. That is how we can check that whether a given body is charged or not. Now, in working of electroscope, what all uh, phenomena takes place? So first of all is transfer of charge. What takes place? What occurs? A transfer of charge occurs in working of electroscope. Now, how does it occur? Let's see it. So in this figure, you can see in the first figure that this is a simple electroscope. Okay. And here, can you see these aluminum foils? Are they close? Are they close to each other or far from each other? They are close to each other, right? And nothing has been touched to it, means they are not having any kind of charge. Then what is done? A plastic pipe which is charged, say it is having positive charge, okay, which was charged, is touched to the upper tip of the electroscope, because of which now can you see that they are moving far from each other. They are moving far from each other. It means what? They are charged. Even now these aluminum foils are charged. The positive charge from the plastic pipe has been transferred to the aluminum foil. And once, even if we will remove this plastic scale, okay, then also the charge will remain on that aluminum foil and the aluminum foil will still remain charged. Understood? So here what we have done, by touching this plastic pipe with these electroscopes, with this electroscope, we have charged this, uh, aluminum foil, right? We have charged the aluminum foil. So let's see what we have to know from this. So here, when a charged body is brought in contact with an uncharged body, when a charged body is brought in contact with an uncharged body, the charge passes from the charged body to the uncharged body. Okay, like here, the charged body was pipe and the uncharged body was the aluminum foil. So the charge passed from the pipe to foil. Okay, now see, this is very important. This method of charging a body is called charging by contact or charging by conduction. So this is a second method of charging. First was by rubbing. The second method of charging is conduction, by conduction or by contact. Okay. And with the body which is charged, get the same charges as the charged body. For example, here the pipe was positively charged, so the aluminum foil also get positively charged. In case if some material is negatively charged, so the aluminum foil will also get negatively charged. Understood this, all of you? Okay. And here also we can see that the transfer of charge by using an electroscope. In this, if a plastic rod is brought in contact with an electroscope, the charges are transferred to the metal strips. Like here we can see, from here it transferred to the metal strip and they started repelling each other. Why? This is because the metal strips get the same charge and they are repelling each other. So understood this topic, the transfer of charge. In the definition of lightning, we had studied a word that was electric discharge. Okay, now we will understand what does that word mean. So again, taking an example of this electroscope, see, by touching this, in this figure we can see that by touching this pipe with the electroscope, the charges from the pipe was transferred to the aluminum foil, because of which the aluminum foil get charged. Okay, now we have removed the plastic, but now still they are repelling each other. Still we can see they are repelling each other. It means what? Still they are charged. Even now they are having the charges. They are having the charges. Now, if what would happen if we touch this electroscope with our finger? If we are touching the electroscope with a finger, what would happen? Then the charges from this aluminum foil will transfer. It will transfer through our body, and from our body, if we are touching on, if we are standing on the ground, from our body it will reach the ground. Okay, the charges from the aluminum foil will transfer from aluminum foil to our body, and finally it will reach the ground. That is the earth. Okay, the ground is known as earth, and this is known as electric discharge. See, once let us read it. See, if we touch a charged electroscope with our hand, the charges pass through our body to the earth. Okay, where it passes through, it passes through the to the earth, and then the metal strips collapse because now they are not having charges, and this property is called electric discharge. Means losing the charge or getting discharge. Okay, when there is a contact with earth, it can be through any metal, it can be through wire, it can be through humans, it can be through anything. But if any material is losing its charge when it comes in contact with earth, so that is known as electric discharge. Okay, and this process of electric discharge, this process of electric charges from a charged body to the earth is called earthing. Okay, you might have heard about earthing in the electrical connections. In everyone's home there is earthing is done, or in all the buildings. Okay, I will explain you what is this earthing. And earthing is provided in buildings to protect us from the electric shock due to leakage of electric current. See how this earthing works. For example, in all those electrical appliances, for example, electric iron and refrigerator, have you all seen the pins of that electric iron and this fridge, refrigerator? There are 3 pins, right? Have you all seen this? How many pins are there? There are 3 pins.
3 pins.
Okay. In these 3 pins, from these 3 pins, one is positive, this is negative, and the upper one is for earthing. The upper one is for earthing. Understood? Always the third one is for earthing. Now, what does this earthing pin does? If suppose because of some leakage, if there is extra current flowing in the device, in that appliance, okay, then that extra current is allowed to pass to the earth through this pin, through this third pin, the upper pin. Understood? Because this pin is connected to the ground. It is connected to the ground. Okay. So ground has a property, our earth has a property that if any charged body is in contact with it, then it takes all the extra charges. Also, you might have seen that on various places, on various electric poles, there is a iron rod, which is one end is connected with the pole and the other end is buried in the earth, in the ground. Have you all seen this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So why it is done? It is done to pass the extra charges to the earth in case if there is leakage. Means if suppose a person touches this pole, okay, generally children's or anyone or even the electrician have to touch the poles. So if they're touching the poles, then they should not get electric shock. अगर कुछ extra charges pass भी हो रहे हैं pole से, so they will pass to the earth through this pipe, through this earthing. Understood the meaning of earthing? So these all are the example of electric discharge. Understood? Okay. And this electric discharge is used as a protection from lightning. This we will discuss later, but first let us see how the lightning occurs. Okay, up till now we had discussed the terms that would be used to understand the lightning. So see, during thunderstorms, air currents moves upwards and water droplets moves downwards. This we know, the rain falls downwards and the air also blows. Okay, the air is moving upward and the raindrops is falling downward. So because of which what happens, there is the we can say that there's a continuous rubbing of water droplets with the air. Okay, means if air is flowing upward and water is falling downward, so there is continuous rubbing between air and water. So due to this, what happens? This movement causes separation of charges in the clouds. It causes separation of charges in the clouds, and hence the separation is such that the lower part of the clouds becomes negatively charged and the upper part of the cloud becomes positively charged. Okay, so it is very similar to this. Suppose you are having a plastic scale. Okay, you are having a, wait a minute. Suppose you are having a plastic scale. Okay, so initially both the whole scale is neutral, but if you are rubbing this end of the scale with a hair, with a dry hair, okay, so it is possible that this much portion got positively charged, this much portion got positively charged. Okay, and if it is positively charged, means the rest of the part is negatively charged, like this. Okay, like this. So the same thing happens over here. Due to flow of air current and continuous contact and rubbing between the water droplets of the clouds and the air, the charges get separated and the lower part gets negatively charged and the upper part gets positively charged. Understood this much? Okay. So the positive charges collect at the upper part and negative charges are collected at the lower part of the clouds. Now, here on the earth, generally on the earth, the charges is positive. All the bodies, whether it is the surface, the ground, whether it is trees, whether it is house, buildings, poles, bridges, everything, they all are generally having which charges? Positive charges. They all are having what? Positive charges. Now what happens? When a large amount of charge is formed, where? In the clouds. Okay, then the charges passes from the clouds to the earth, producing a streak of light and sound. See, I'm showing you how it takes place. Means suppose the negative charges are increasing. So suppose it increased, so it will reach over here, it will reach over here, it will reach over here, it will reach over here. So also the positive charges of trees. Okay, even this charge increases, and the moment this positive and negative charge comes in contact, the moment they comes in contact, at that moment we see a streak of light like this. Okay, we see a streak of light like this. Understood? And even the sound is produced when this positive charges from anything on the surface. It can be the ground also, it can be some house also, it can be trees, it can be poles, it can be buildings, etc. Okay, they all are having positive charges, and when the number of charges increases, then they comes near to each other. As we know that unlike charges attract each other, right? Unlike charges attract each other, so they both start attracting each other and they try to come near to each other. So the moment they meet, a streak of light is seen. Okay, and this light produced is called lightning, and the sound produced is called thunder. Understood? And it was a Benjamin Franklin, as we had discussed earlier, that lightning was caused due to electric discharge. So here the negative charges is coming in contact with the earth. Okay, so here also electric discharge is taking place. Is it clear to everyone? This is how the lightning occurs. Hope you all understood this. See, in this one we can see that here the chances of lightning is more with these trees compared to the ground. Okay, compared to ground, the chances is more for the tree, because tree is at higher altitude. So the objects which are at higher altitude, they are at higher risk of getting the lightning strike. So this is used as a preventive measures. So how to use it? See, there is a device known as lightning conductor. What it does, the purpose is lightning conductor is a device used to protect buildings from damage due to lightning. Now how it protects? So it is just a metallic rod. It is just a metallic rod. Okay. The upper end is pointed and the lower end is joined to a metal plate buried inside the ground. For example, you can see over here. This is the upper end. This is the upper end of the lightning rod, and it is connected with wires. Here you can see it is connected with the copper cable. Okay. And it is passed to the ground, and in ground also they are buried. They are buried using one more material. Okay. So what happens whenever a lightning occurs? So lightning is going to fall on this lightning rod instead of falling on the roof or walls of the roof or walls of this house. So now it is a conductor. So what it will do? It will pass those electric current, those charges through this wire, and then it will be passed to the ground. Okay, and it doesn't harm the ground if it is passed through this wire. And so this is how the lightning conductor gives a path to the charges and it passes it to the ground, and hence the whole house is saved from the destruction which may occur because of lightning. Okay. So while the lightning strikes, the electric charges pass through it to the earth without causing any damage to the building. Okay. So this is how a lightning conductor is a device which is made to protect our houses, buildings from this lightning. Understood this? Now, what precautions we should take when lightning occurs? Okay. Now, if you are outdoors, somewhere out, then what you should do if a lightning occurs? So first of all, the open vehicles like motorbikes, trucks, open cars are not safe. These are not safe. Okay. So if you are somewhere inside vehicles, so you should leave those vehicles. Okay. Or you should uh, close the vehicles completely. For example, cars can be closed. All the windows can be closed. This can be done. Open fields, parks, elevated place means the like hill stations like those. Okay. Or high buildings, the terrace of buildings, all these things. Tall trees, these are not safe because the chances of lightning strike is more on the elevated places or the heighted objects. Okay. Carrying an umbrella is also not safe. Even they can attract it. Okay. If you are in a forest, you should take the shelter under short trees, because if suppose there is a short tree, okay, and there is a long tree, then the lightning will strike the long tree instead of the short tree. So it is better to take a shelter near a short tree. Okay. Now, if you are in an open field, you should stay away from the trees, poles, any metallic objects. Okay, because all these metals attract the lightning. Do not lie down, means you do not have to sleep on that ground. Okay, you should instead sit in a squat position, squat on the ground with the hands on the knees and the head between the hands. Like you have like how the sit up is done. Okay, so while sitting down, how we sit, in that way we have to sit. Okay, we should sit in that way. Yeah, the picture is there in the textbook. Once you can go through it. Okay, so if you're in an open field, you should sit in a squat position. Okay, so these are the preventive measures that you should uh, take care when you are outside. Okay, and lightning occurs. Now, what preventive measures we should take if we are inside the houses? So the lightning can strike the electric wires, whatever electric wires is there in our homes, even the telephone cords and even the metal pipes. Okay, means we are having metal pipes in our home for the water supply or for something else. Okay, so all are they all can attract the lightning. So we should, so contact with these objects should be avoided. We should not touch any of these things. It is safer to use mobile and cordless phone and than the wired phones. Instead of using the wired phones, we should use a mobile and cordless phone. Okay, like the mobiles nowadays we have that one. Appliances like TV, computers, etc. should be unplugged. Why? Because it is connected by wires. Okay, that is why it should be unplugged. Bathing should be avoided to avoid contact with the running water, because we know that the water is a good conductor of electricity. Okay, so even through that, the electric charges may reach to our body. Understood? So these are the preventive measures that we should take when it is lightning, when a lightning and thunderstorms occur. Okay.